All right, awesome. So welcome tonight. This is a Testimony Tuesday. We're calling these nights because it truly is Tuesday here in Australia. And my name is Vanessa.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're just going to share a moment of our story and then just get into a presentation that we were presented about 8 months ago. And it has literally changed our life as we heard about this presentation.
Yeah.
So just share a bit of our story of how we came back to Oz.
So we're living in Montreal, Canada for 7.5 years, and then in St. Augustine, Florida for a year. And we came back due to some ill parents and really starting again after being away for almost 10 years. And as we were starting new businesses and looking for what was ahead of us, my best mate of 25 years called me up and said, Andrew, he said, I have this great opportunity for you. You guys are in the health and wellness industry. We've been health coaches. We are leadership and business coaches, life coaches, been involved in all of that space, love, natural therapy, and always looking at the healthiest way to do things, to live well, to live strong. And he goes, I found this product. It's a patch, and I think you should check it out. So 25 years, the greatest currency on earth is the currency of trust. And so he said, speak to my friend Tessa and she'll give you all the details. So we sat down with Tessa and another great couple. She shared all about it and we were in. We're like, okay, everything. He says it works for him. He was saying his energy's gone through the roof, his mental clarity. He goes, his hair has started growing back, and I can make jokes about it for him, but his hair is literally, I saw him the other day, he's got more hair than I've ever seen him, and his hair color is coming back, and it's growing faster. So we're like, we're in. So we jumped all in on this and went in a diamond because we saw the opportunity, which we're going to share with you in just a moment. And at first, being an Australian, I'm going to be straight up because we are a little bit cynical, let's be honest. I'm like, it's a patch. This sounds too good to be true. But his testimony and then seeing what it's done in our life and so many hundreds of people's lives, we have jumped in boots and all.
Yeah, it's awesome. So let's just share our screen, and we are just going to share with you just a quick presentation, one that was done. Actually, we're going to find it for you. Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, are you with me? Can you see that? Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you can see. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, so this was the question. This is literally what his mate rang up and said, have you been patched?
He's like, have you been patched yet? I'm like, what is that? What does that mean?
So then that's when he started to share about what the patch is and what it's done for you. And so if you live in Australia, actually, you're going to start to see these patches around a little bit. There's just some amazing momentum that's starting to really go on with this opportunity. And so this is the question. Have you been patched yet? See that thing that she's wearing on the side of her arm right there? This is literally as simple as it is. And no, it's not a nicotine patch. It is literally just a light therapy patch that we're going to talk about. So just talk a little bit about the background.
So what I love about this product, so lots of people are jumping in now, is that sorry, I need to be able to see it, my love.
Okay.
So if you could move that, out of the way, is that the owner is actually the inventor as well. And so what I love about this is it's not just they've bought an inventor in to create this product and sell it to the world. The actual CEO is the inventor of the X39 and this whole company, and he's just getting started. He's young, he's got major vision, and he's passionate about helping people and giving them their own freedom freedom of choice. And that's one of the reasons why I love this product. It has over 130 patents. So this is not like just getting started. This guy, again, part of the story with him was that he created the first patch, which is the energy patch, and the US military actually seconded him just before Iraq happened to work with the Navy SEALs so that they could keep their energy while they're in submarines. And then, when they need to go out and do missions, that they're in good form. And so that was all happening, and then Iraq happened, and so all the funding went towards the war, and he got the IP back, and so went public with it, but went it through the direct selling model. One of the first people that he went to was one of the swimmers, Michael Phelps' coach. Sorry, that was the word I was thinking of. I'm a coach. I should have thought about that. But Michael Phelps' coach, and said, hey, why don't you try this with your swimmers? Well, they got such great benefits from it. They won the Olympics that year, and they all thought, because everyone did so well, that they were doping. So they did all the tests, and because this is non-transdermal, which you'll find out in just a moment, they realized this was all natural, and so they were able to, let them keep their medals. And so this was the beginning of this before leading up to the X39. He specializes in age reversing. That's what this huge part of this is all about. Who knows, that's a great thing. Mm-hmm. And in 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research. So all of the other patches were helping certain parts of the body, but this one is actually activating the stem cells. And so his patent took over 10 years. So this wasn't just an overnight thing, and over $10 million, $4.5 million US to bring it to market. It has a patent, so 130 patents, and particularly on this with a 20-year patent. So one of the exciting parts of this particular product is that it has a 20-year patent. We're now 3, 4, 5 years into it, but still 15 years or so to go, which means nobody else can produce this. No one else can copy it. No one else has this technology that he has. And so that's a huge part of this. It's not like a Me Too product where I've got my oils and I love all those things, and I've got my pills, and no one else has this. And we say, hey, don't throw away the things that are working for you. Keep all that going, but add this into what you're doing to see what is possible.
So this is what we love to talk about, because we didn't know it, and we don't feel like anyone really talks about it. I know some people say stem cells now, and you see it all over Facebook, and Tony Robbins, and who's that good-looking actor? Chris.
I wouldn't know.
Chris Hemsworth. They all talk about stem cell, companies and research and opportunities and all the rest of it. So it is a word that people are understanding, but we didn't understand. So, by the time you are 30, you've lost half your stem cells in your body. They've gone to sleep. You have so many when you're young, like newborn, come out of your mother's womb, and about the first 2 years, like they're all there in your body. But then after that, they really go on decline. What stem cells are responsible for is all the way our body heals. And so if your lung needs new cells, those stem cells become lung cells or heart cells, or something to do with hearing, or everything, blood, everything. They just become what they need to be. So if you're losing them, there's less opportunity for those parts of your body to really optimize. At 60, you've lost nearly all of your own stem cells. So we're so excited about a technology that is literally going to help regenerate those dormant stem cells that have been dying off and going to sleep. And this is what they become, all different parts of your body. And so we are learning more and more about them now, more than any before. So this is what the X39 patch itself will do on your body. And so I want to just simply actually take mine off the back of my neck. That's right here. It's about this time of night anyway to do it. If I can you take it off for me? And then we're going to show it to you, because this is what it looks like. It's just been on my neck today. It can go anywhere, but it looks as simple as this. And so a lot of people have just ordered them that are on the call tonight, and yours are all arriving right now. But some of you have never been patched or sampled with one, and this is what it looks like. It's very, very simple.
Yeah, so it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, a patented nanocrystal technology. It reflects light to activate. So you don't have to be outside to be like a little energizer battery. It's your own heat and light that you have, just like when we put in those night goggles and you see that people have heat around them. We are light beings. It's taking that light and going back into your body and activating your copper peptides that activate your stem cells. And it's non-transdermal. So there's nothing going in your bloodstream. There's no drugs or chemicals or stimulants, and it's non-invasive. So there is nothing actually other than light that's going in to stimulate those stem cells going into your body, which to me is a massive game changer when it comes to the health industry and when it comes to your body.
And so what you got to understand about this is if you walk out to the sun right now, or it's nighttime, but obviously during the day, and you walk out to the sun, you have that sun's messaging system telling your vitamin D to wake up. What happens with this is your own body's heat and light. Actually, think about in the army when they have those little thermal imaging. You said that is actually right there. That is actually what is messaging your system and telling your copper peptides to wake up. Now, if you know anything about copper peptides, we don't have anywhere near enough of them in our body, and they are incredible healing agents in our body. It's the copper peptides that tell our stem cells to wake up. So that's when we use the word non-transdermal. A lot of people don't understand what that means, but nothing is going through the skin or the blood barrier. So this does not contraindicate any of your medication. The only thing we ever say is if you are on chemotherapy tablets currently, right now, or chemotherapy treatment, if that's trying to kill off your cells, this is actually waking up all your good cells, and it's really just null and void in what it's doing. Other than that,
you've had an organ transplant.
That's right. Yeah. So they're the only two contraindications, which is amazing. You can take it with anything else.
So here's some of the benefits of X39 is increased strength. And we've seen these testimonies time and time again, and even in our own life, like reduce inflammation. What a lot of people don't realize is most diseases are caused through inflammation. That's where it starts. And so this also increased stamina, energy, and vitality. Who needs more of that? For me, my energy's gone through the roof. So much so that there are days where I have to take it off early because I need to calm down because I have so much energy. Mental clarity. That was one of the ones for me. I feel like I became awake again after about 4 days, 5 days on this product, and it hasn't stopped. And for many people that have gone through the COVID vaccine and for whatever reason, and where you were from and the effects that affected with many people, this actually has helped with what's the terminology with that?
It's so there's actually all the data to indicate that this is reversing some of that impact, the spike protein in your body. It's actually eliminating heavy metals and toxins out of your body. So it's a game changer for people's health and wellness.
Restored muscle or skeletal conditions, improvement of sleep. I'm sleeping better than I have in 15 years. I had a sleep apnea machine for 1.5 years. I'm now, I think, 4 or 5 months off my sleep apnea machine. And I'm dreaming again from this. Yeah. And so I haven't dreamed for years. So that's some of the benefits. And we're hearing that from a lot of people, and improved skin appearance.
Yeah. And so these are the long-term results. What we want to say to you, friends, is this is a regenerative technology.
That's right.
So this is not just a quick fix. You are going to sometimes hear what we call the one patch wonder stories, like one patch on, sample someone, pain gone. We've got people on where literally her bursitis left her body, the pain of that she'd had for over 1 year. Migraines can go quickly. Some darkness can lift off people that have struggled with depression. Like, there is amazing one patch wonder stories, because the first few days, 4,000 of your genes wake up in that first 12 hours of use. So if your genes decide to go to somewhere where that issue has been challenging, then that's a life changer for people. Absolutely. But this is much more like a regenerative daily use type of technology where you're wearing a fresh patch every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. At 6 weeks, your brain begins to balance. There is data that we will show you with any request where brains, where there's been inflammation all through a woman's brain at 70 years old, she's all the red that indicates the inflammation. Actually, we have it here. Here you got the red of the inflammation after 3 weeks of use in her brain on the X39, just patching on her body. She now has all that inflammation gone. Do you guys know what inflammation does when it comes to cognitive, when it comes to all these diseases that are in our body? It's a game changer to get rid of inflammation in our brain and in our body. This is session 3 after 6 weeks of use of the X39. Like, this is changing lives. At 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, we love that for our skin and we love that for our hair and our nails. We've never had our nails grow so fast. It's costing me so much at the hairdressers because my hair's growing so fast. But collagen is actually all around our organs and so important for joints and so important for so much development in our body. At 6 months, our heart is reversing in ages. Now, the kind of stories we're hearing already here in Australia and around the world are around blood pressure, heart age when they do the heart tests. And so we are seeing this in real time, right? So David says this is not anti-aging, this is age reversing. And this is literally what is happening. Like, your body is reversing in age as you use this. So think longer term. Basically the way we love to say it is, think about your age and divide it by 10 years. And that will be per month the kind of use you want to give it. So if you're 60, think 6 months for all your dormant stem cells to wake up, right? Yeah. Then the stem cells will begin to do some of the deeper healing. So do think a little bit more long term than just like, oh, I'll try for a month. Literally give this thing 90 days minimum. At 30 days, 70% of people have a result. At 90 days, 97% of people have a result.
That's right. So how to wear the X39? It's really, really difficult. I'm actually joking. You don't have to have 12 pills and different colors and one got to take one before the other or anything. All you do is you take that little patch. It has like a sticker thing on the back. You take it off. You put it on your back like where I've got mine, under your belly button or anywhere there's pain. You have it on for 12 hours. It's to repair and rejuvenate. You do not want to go past that, although it can go for another couple of hours or so. But it is, your body needs to take time to relax and rest because your stem cells, you know, are all activated and going. So then you throw the patch away. Now you have the other option, which we're hearing lots of stories about, of people putting it on their pets, on the collar of their pet or in their pet bed, and they're seeing their pets start to recover and get well again. And some that were getting aging and losing some of their faculties in different areas, starting to get their energy back and everything. So that is an option for you as well. And then what you do when you wake up in the next morning, you grab the new patch, you take the sticker off, put it on your back, on your belly button, or anywhere where there's pain. It's as simple as that. And that's what we love about it. And we encourage people to probably put it somewhere near where their toothbrush and all that is. So once you've done, cleaned your teeth, had a shower, you can put that on. Although it is water resistant, I put it on in the morning, and when it's spring, summer, and fall, autumn, I'll be out at the beach. I put it on and then I go to the beach, and it lasts the whole day. Or you can wait till you come back and do that. The other thing is drink plenty of water. Your body is, it is basically detoxing in the respect of getting your toxins out. It's doing a lot of work internally, so you want to hydrate and help that process.
So we keep saying it's so simple. In fact, Andrew keeps saying it nearly sounds here in Australia too good to be true, 100%. Right? The stories we want to tell about it. But we are now 8 months ourselves using it. It's been a life changer in our whole entire family. 7. Okay, yes. 7 months. So in terms of car accidents, multiple accidents, always needing anti-inflammation personally, that's me. I'd always chosen the more alternative route of that anti-inflammation, but I'm telling you, I couldn't go a day without it. Once I began patching, any of that pain was within a few days, literally, it had left my body to the point where I forgot about that I needed anti-inflammation, turmeric and all the rest of it. And then for children, we love our children. One of our daughters had major concussion 3 times in living in Canada in the icy weather. And so mental health was a big challenge for her. So when she patches now, there is just such an incredible brain balancing that goes on for her. Migraines go from her body, regulation of menstrual cycles. There's just amazing things that happen for her. When it comes to older and elderly range in our family, we're talking about incredible results with diabetes. Andrew's auntie had lost her taste and smell 7 years ago in a virus. Within 2 weeks of patching with the X39, she was texting us and starting to say, I can taste raspberries and spinach. And then we get the next text. What was it?
Now I know what you've been talking about. I understand what cheap wine tastes like now. I'm like, Auntie, I've been telling you that for a while. So it works differently on every single body. And that to me is part of the adventure and the excitement is once we patch someone, we wait to see what it does for them because it's just so different.
So we're going to share a few real life stories, things that are really literally changing people's lives. And the first person we want to introduce you to tonight is our friend Joanne. And she's got an amazing story. She's on our team. She's a director in this company with us and just a wonderful, wonderful woman. Knew each other for years around the place, but just connected through this journey of patching. So Joanne, will you share some of your story?
Thanks so much, Vanessa and Andrew. Look, my husband and I, we've been patching now for around 4 months. And we started on a journey probably about 18 months ago. My husband had some incredibly challenging health problems. He had 3 major surgeries. First of all, his kidneys went into failure. All of this very sudden sort of came out of left field. Went on to dialysis. He then, through being in hospital, got incredible infections in and out of hospital at least 3 times with that. Then he was diagnosed with prostate cancer and had a radical prostatectomy. And then, you know, it just was one thing after another with him. And then a few months later, so within 9 weeks, he'd had 2 major operations. The next operation to that was that he had a heart attack and had a triple bypass. So within 18 months, he was like incredibly impacted his health. So I'd been on a real journey of looking to see what could we use that would actually support his body, you know, because he'd gone from being someone who was extremely active, walking 20,000 steps a day in the job that he had, to hardly being able to get out of bed. And it was really, you know, soul destroying for him, actually for the whole family. So I'd been actually looking at stem cell therapy at that point. And I saw a post on social media that Vanessa had put up about these patches. And I'm like, wow, like it said stem cell rejuvenation. So it kind of got my attention at that point. And I contacted Vanessa, and then we started to chat about it. I looked into the technology. The thing that really, I think, really interested me, and I guess got my, buy-in to it, was that there is so much research around this product. And I looked at all of the the scientific studies that had been done, the clinical trials, the tests, and you can't get things through the FDA or the TGA without it, all of those boxes being ticked. So for me, it was really important that I knew what was in these patches. Are they, when I heard that they were non-transdermal, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It means that, what I'm going to put on my husband's body is actually not going to interfere with any medication, because as you can imagine, after all that he'd been through, he was on quite a bit of medication, which, went against everything that we really believe in, in terms of wanting to be natural and healthy. So we just were all in, we just jumped in feet and all, because I said to my husband, wow, darling, if this patch works like it says it does, this is going to be worth it. So we jumped in and started patching, and within the first 2 weeks of Rob using this patch, we started to see the results. Like, he could hardly, get out of bed, even tie his shoes, all of those things that, makes a man feel a man. It was just so incredibly demoralizing for him. But he went from that to getting in and out of bed, tying his shoes, came home from work one day and he'd mowed the lawn, he'd done the whippersnipping, he'd clean the car, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, this was just amazing. So, over time, we've seen more and more things happen. The last operation he had was a hernia repair. So he, through that, he had to stop home dialysis. And that was in the middle of January of this year. We've been back to his specialist 3 times since then. And the last time she said, I don't know, Rob, but you are really unusual. He's still not back on dialysis. So, we know this has been a game changer and a life changer for us. My adrenal glands were totally in fatigue. I've got a very high pressure job, as well as all the things that we've been through with my husband. And I was just like, dragging myself around. But now I have got so much energy. I'm back at the gym 3 times a week, just help my daughter, like, shift house, 3 days of shifting, lifting, doing all sorts of things. I ran rings around my own girls, which, I took great pleasure in, I might say. But, I just have to say, we are so grateful that we found this technology. And I can say that, we didn't go into it, first of all, to look at it as a business. We went in because we needed these health issues addressed. But let me tell you, when you get the results, it's like you can't help it organically. It just comes out of you. You want to share it with everyone that you're talking to, because it really is a game changer, and we're so grateful.
Wow.
Great.
I never get tired of that story, and it keeps getting better. So that is, we just love having you on this team and on this journey. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm putting Alison on preparation. I'd love to introduce Layla, and then Alison, if you just would share just for a few minutes as well, because we haven't heard some of your story, and yours and your partner's keeps unfolding. So if you're willing to just say hello in a minute, that would be amazing. But let's hear from Layla, if she is on and wants to come on screen. We got to hear Layla's story in person lately, but we want it recorded. And so, Layla, will you share what's been happening for you?
Absolutely. So, for everybody who hasn't met me in person yet, I'm Layla. I'm 23 and I have been patched for 3 months now. When I was 13, I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, which was quite crippling for a young lady to go through with no medications, because even from a young age, a lot of the people around me were on medications, and I would see their reactions and the just piling of issues, and I just sort of would look at them and think that their medications could not have been working. So and also having a lot of natural remedies around, the other half of my family never wanted to put those kind of chemicals in my body. So from a young age, I would have anxiety attacks all the time, in large crowds, small crowds, alone. And I went through therapy. I tried meditation, but as a teenager, I didn't really understand a lot of it. So I couldn't really figure out how to manage or regulate my emotions at all. I think I was about 17, I got into a pretty rough relationship and developed PTSD from that. So that really skyrocketed my anxiety disorder and made it even more difficult for me to regulate my emotions. I am in the most incredible relationship at the moment with the greatest man I've ever met in my life. And my journey with him has been very difficult because of my anxiety disorders and my PTSD. And he's always been incredible in trying to help me. But for somebody who, you know, has no idea about anxiety disorders, it was always very difficult for him to sort of help me. That was probably the first thing, maybe the second, that I noticed since being patched is it is so much easier, like a weight lifted off my shoulders for me to regulate my emotions. I don't have anxiety attacks for no reason anymore. I don't freak out over nothing. You know, I do still get anxiety, obviously, but it is very minimal compared to what it's been my whole life. About 4 months ago, after years of hospital trips, I was diagnosed with endometriosis, which would just put me in bed for days, sometimes weeks. I had to take a couple of weeks off work, probably it'll be more than 3 months ago, actually. It would have been about 4 or 5 months ago. I had about 3 weeks off work because I couldn't get myself out of bed. And I think 5 weeks into being patched, I had a full cycle with no pain, which was just incredible. I was able to run around. I was able to just be with my friends and feel no pain. And the pain would sometimes be so numbing that, you know, I couldn't really focus on conversations. I couldn't remember my grocery list. But having now 2 cycles with next to no pain has just been so freeing for me. My cortisol levels, I remember Vanessa saying to me that we really want to get sort of some blood tests done before and during while we're patching, just so that we can see the work that's happening internally, because we can't always necessarily see what's going on the outside. Although we said cortisol, you know, not cortisol, sorry, collagen is boosting at about 3 months. But my cortisol levels were really, 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 really high because of my anxiety and PTSD. So cortisol is a hormone that your adrenal glands produce as to help your stress response. It's supposed to help with the stress response. But for people with anxiety disorders and PTSD and in high stress environments, you're overloaded with it, and it does more bad than it does good. It can cause a lot of bloating in the face. It can cause, you know, mind fog, so many things that you don't really want and are not helping with the stress response at all. And my face has slimmed right down. That was probably the biggest one. I hated how puffy my face was because of my cortisol levels. But that slimmed right down. My first experience with a patch was with my endo. I was picking up my first set of patches from my nana, who invited me into this. And I was in a lot of pain. And so I was busy. So I had to go out even through the mind numbing pain. And she said, okay, just sit down and I want you to put this Eon patch. It's not the patches that I'm giving you. She said, I'm giving you X39. And she said, put this 2 fingers below your belly button. And I was very skeptical at first. You know, I was sort of like, you're telling me there's no drugs in this patch. There's no nothing. It's phototherapy. I said, I don't even know what phototherapy is. Like, this isn't going to work for my endo pain. But not even 10 seconds later, I felt no pain at all, which was amazing. The next time the Eon patch did take about 10 minutes to kick in. But for me to double dose on Panadol and Nurofen and it do nothing, for this little patch to just work like that was magic for me. Yeah, so my life's changed a lot in 3 months.
Wow.
Powerful. Thank you so much for sharing.
So many people that need to keep hearing your story. So thank you, and love having you on team and love who you're sharing with and building. So thanks, Layla. Alison, you and David, you can just briefly share some bullet points because there's been so many for you guys, I know. Oh, I'll get you to unmute.
Hi, well, great testimonials tonight. we've been on the patches for just over 5 months. Excuse me. And yeah, things just keep happening. Amazing health benefits keep happening. And the latest one is David. He has suffered from reflux all his adult life, almost all his adult life. And he's been on Nexium. If he misses one day of Nexium, he suffers terribly. Anyway, the doctor said to him about 2 months ago, if you don't get off this Nexium, it's going to kill you. And she gave him a natural remedy, which he tried, but it didn't work. And he may not have been on it long enough, but he just didn't like it. So, you know, he was back on the Nexium again. And anyway, about 3 weeks ago, we did a big detox and a 72-hour fast. And we're actually still going through this detox. But after the fast, because he was off the Nexium while he was fasting, he didn't go back onto the Nexium. And it's been 3 weeks with no Nexium, and he has no reflux. It's just amazing. Yeah. So yeah, that's really the latest one. I'm not sure if I told you the one about my hand.
No, tell it.
Okay, so last year I got what's called Dupuytren's contracture in my hand, and it's where this part of the hand here gets very thick and ropey and knotty underneath, and it was really big and horrible. And those two fingers, the little finger and the ring finger, had already started to bend in. And I saw the hand surgeon in Brisbane last year in September, and he said, look, the only thing that's going to fix that is surgery. And he said, I probably think by the time, you know, the end of 2024, you're going to need surgery on that hand. It is a hereditary thing. My mother had it, and she had to have 3 operations on her hand to sort of cut those ligaments that had tightened up and gone all knotty. Anyway, after 3 or 4 months on the patching, probably 4 months, that ropey knottiness on my hand has almost all disappeared, and my hands, those 2 fingers have straightened out completely, so I don't need surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Yeah.
gets better. I love it.
We keep having health benefits over and over and over, so we can't wait to see what the next few months has in store for us, because it can only all be good.
Exactly. And that's why when people say, you know, how long, and thank you, sorry, firstly, that was an amazing testimony for both of you. And we're committed to hearing more and more of what these will be. And that's why we say to people, for the price of a coffee or so a day, to keep your body activated and regenerating and seeing other things. You know, it does one, it does the other, and sometimes it does a couple of things at once, and sometimes it just phones in on one. It's so powerful hearing how this is helping people.
So what we're going to do now, and because you've been amazing and you're listening, we're just going to actually just shift into how you can buy it. We do want to stress that this is about a coffee a day, a nice Australian coffee a day, mind you, but it is about a coffee a day. We're talking about $99 US per month to be patching. So this is not thousands, friends. Like, this is literally, we know people that have spent thousands on stem cell therapy.
Tens like
thousands.
100,000.
Yes.
And it didn't work.
And without making any medical claims or any promises on this recording, there will be things you will go off over time, because this patch is actually allowing so much helping of your body to heal. It's not the patch that heals, but it gets your body to an optimum position so that your body can begin to heal itself. So we're just going to show you right now just what actually is the technology here that we're talking about today. And actually here I've just got a few more testimonies, but you can always ask us later about them. Our friend in the UK got her hair back. This, we want you to note this down. This is info.com.
That's right.
Write it down. There's testimony after testimony on here, children's testimony, testimonies on autism, testimonies on ADHD, testimonies on sleep, and so many ones. So you get to do a deep dive and find things that touch your heart and your life, and you know someone else needs to hear the hope of. We're just going to switch gears now for about 10 minutes or so. We are going to talk through the wealth component and the business opportunity. You can just choose to patch. We will just actually be really clear on that. You could just choose to patch to get yourself well. Think about that 99 US. So let's say about 200 US, $200 a month maximum wholesale. But if we could now switch this to what everyone has referenced and just talk about the direct selling model that is changing people's lives on a wealth level.
And we love this because for some people, they just need to get healthy. And that's where it starts. And seeing, like what we just heard, people getting their health back.
Yeah.
For others, they're curious to be like, okay, I might want to build something on the side that helps pay school fees, a holiday, you know, help with the mortgage. And for others, it'll be another income stream where they're like, okay, I want to be building this to replacing my income or more, which has massive potential to do so. So that's why I love the direct selling model that he has created for this business, so that it's everybody benefits. And it means that either someone who just needs to get healthy but shares with a few people, that then that income that comes back pays for their product. And for others, like I said, even more so. So what I love about, one of the things I love about this company is it's not just turned up yesterday. It's over 20 years old now. Again, still young on one side, but also 20 years. There's been a lot of things that has proven with their business model. They went from $20 million in 2021 to $320 million in 22, $430 million in 23, and it's going to be over $500 million this year because of the X39 patch. So the X39 patch that we're talking about, to me, I call it the David Beckham. It's the superstar patch. It's the one that's doing all the stem cell regeneration. There are other patches that your brand partner will talk to you about that you may be of great help with you. We do a night and a morning, a day and a night one with a lot of our people and our team. But this one is the one that does all of the heavy lifting. And so the X39 is the one that has taken this company from a $20 million company to now over $500 million. That's how wild this is. This is how amazing people are jumping onto this opportunity and seeing healing in their life. It's now open in over 100 countries. So we have teams, I think, in 5 or 6 countries ourselves. So if you have friends in other countries, unless it's a communist country, it's either there or on its way. And
get it all on the floor in one go.
We can get this. Sorry, I think we need to silence some of it. If you could just mute yourself, it'd be great. So this would you got that, Vanessa? You're gonna find it. So if we could just put everything on mute, that would be great. Thank you. So this is in over 100 countries, and like I said before, it's not a Me Too product. It's like you have your tablets, I have my tablets. No one else has this. It's a patented technology for at least the next 15 years. And by then, he would have created the next evolution of this with a patent. It's part of the #1 momentum company in the world in this space. And winning awards and all those things. So it's the #1 team. So remember, this is it. Team.com is if you join and become one of the brand partners with us. This is the whole system and community on how to share this product.
It's amazing.
And like we said, it's not hard. It's take the patch off, put it on, and then share about what it's doing for you.
So we have so much resource for you to really just help if you say side hustle, extra stream of income,
or just pay for your product,
or really like us without making income claims 6 months later, replace a family income just purely because we loved enough people to want to just keep patching them, honestly.
And it's changed our life so much. It's easy to share. Everybody, half our street is already patched or more, and we live, in Main Beach, Gold Coast. We have people all over that this is touching their life. So the most important, we asked the question, what is the most important thing in your life? Is it
Yeah.
family? Is it time? Is it freedom, security, travel, better health, less debt? I mean, for us, it's all of those things.
Yeah.
They're important questions to ask. This business model can help with
Yeah.
that if it's something, especially if you're a natural sharer, a natural talker. These days, we used to share things like even the type of car we liked, or the type of, I don't have a handbag, but a handbag or whatever it might be, makeup, and you don't get compensated from that. That's why we love this business model. And it's one of the fastest growing business models in the millennial and Gen Z generation.
It really is. So we're going to just say there's just these few different ways. There's actually 4 ways you get paid, but we want to show you this one. Basically, forget like where it is. It's a little triangle, and it just means you're not having to build these multiple teams. You just build in what we just call 2 different teams. You got like 2 legs in this particular structure if you understand networking. But really, we love this slide because we just want you to know, if you share with 4 people, just 4 people that you have patching and they might want to explore the patch, the company loves that more than anything else. Forget all the other ways you can rank. Actually, the heart of the inventor was, I'll do this model because we can take out the middleman. We can take out a whole bunch of the company kind of politics and all the government politics, and we can just empower everyday people to cover their own costs of their product. So when you get to share with 4 people, you're actually earning just in that model alone enough to cover your and your family's products the next month. So that is the model we love. 4 people and you become what they call manager. But that model right there could actually just keep escalating like it's starting to for many people we know and love. And actually they can begin to earn up to $25,000 per week in US dollars just from this model, and people starting to share. So, and we're seeing it, and it's true, and it's exciting. It's just happening not just overnight, but over time, and it's really, really lovely. You get this really great example here of like if you share 1 patch and they share with 1 person and they share with 1 person, within 12 months, you're talking about $40,000 US dollars just from that 1 model alone. And then you just get these different ways that the company will just start matching that sharing, and they want you to share. So they love incentivizing sharing. And then you are basically getting this 3 levels of people that you're introducing to. When they get a commission, you're getting it, and you're not getting it taken away from their commission.
No, not at all. It's a generous business company.
Generous.
It's a generous company.
So, well, they're getting paid. The company's saying, well, we'll say thank you to you for introducing them again and again. So honestly, friends, like, this is not hype. This is real life kind of data. And these are the kind of figures. And again, we're not making promises, but in 12 months, just with this other level of paying that can start to happen, these are the kind of figures that are real-time figures people are earning. Of course, they're sharing and they're working, but there's just a really lovely way to go about the structure. And we would help you, and your team would help you if you said, I'd like to run and share. We just want to help you, whether it's just share or whether it's build a 6- and 7-figure business.
Exactly. And we support all of our brand partners. And so people want to go fast or slow, that's what we do with them. And so we have 3 different options. As you can see on the screen, we have a simple form to fill in to be able to get these patches on you. Because here's what happens. People, when they decide, okay, I'm going to do this, everyone wants it yesterday. And so that's why I say the faster you get it done, the faster they can get the patches to you, and you can start getting your testimony. And so we have the 3 different options, as it'll show up on screen next, is silver, gold, and diamond. Silver is $299 US. It's all in US dollars because it's a company that's all around the world in over 100 countries now. So it's the currency that they use. And so that's $299, is around $500 or so dollars to get 3 months worth. It's called 3 sleeves of the X39, the superstar patch, the David Beckham patch that we've been speaking about. And so really, if you're just like, I just need to get my health sorted, I just need to get out of pain, and I just need to get my life back and freedom back, or I'm financially just really, I'm curious, but financially it's a bit tight at the moment. Yeah. Start with silver. And again, as you share it, you can be compensated. I think, is it up to 100 US per week?
Yeah.
which is
silver.
way more than you'll need on silver to cover your patches every month and some left over. So for many people, that's what they're doing. If you're a family or you're curious to build a side income, to be able to work with you, and you share this with other people. We share it because we're seeing people get their life back. It's not just about income, it's about impact for us as well. And so you might be like, I resonate with that. You're a family, you're 2 people in the household, maybe with kids. Well, then you get 5 months worth, 5 sleeves of the X39 and a support patch, and your brand partner will talk you through what's best for you. And so what that does is that gets you started with the patch, but also sharing with other people, having extra patches that is you. And we again will support you in how to do that, to share that with others, and to start building the business. You can start building the business at gold. And then for those of us like us who saw the opportunity with it being a painted technology, for realizing how easy this is to do, to take the thing on and put it on, hearing all the testimonies and the lives changed. And also with at this level of diamond, which is $15.99 US, which has unlimited income potential, as we've shown you. I mean, what business can you start at 2,500 Australian dollars and have unlimited? What this does is at the diamond level, you get compensated with 3 months ranking at senior director, which means anytime you bring on another diamond, people that are more entrepreneurial and feel like this is something that they would really be passionate about and to do and see the business opportunity, then you get compensated $500 US for each time. So within 3, you've pretty much paid your investment back. So Vanessa and I and your brand partner, we work strategically with you to get that investment back within 2 to 4 weeks. For you to then, keep going with as you're helping people, because you get 19 sleeves, 19 months worth. And again, we can mix and match with some of the support patches, but it's to get it out there, get it on people, and really for people to be able to get excited and see the opportunity for them. And so we say, if you're more entrepreneurial, that's a great option. If you're like someone who's just curious, maybe a bigger family, or just want to get started, gold's great. And for those who just need their healing and to get this on their body, and we want to get it on you as soon as we can to help you, then silver's a great place to start.
So you're going to talk these through with the order form, but we're literally just saying, just get a patch on you, just get started today. And then let's really talk. Those people that invited you onto this call, you'll just circle back with them and say, help me get the best price. Help me understand this a little bit more. They'll put your order in. And honestly, it's as simple as that. Australia Post is getting them out quite fast these days. Come Christmas, it's
Some
a
people got
little
it
slower.
in 2 days.
Exactly, this weekend. So it's
and I did forget to say with the diamond, it's at $84.95, not $99.95 US. So it's the best value bundle as well. Some people that are not even building the business bought it just because they have family and a bigger family.
We had 8 people to patch per month. So listen, that price is not every month either.
No.
After you've done that investment, that initial investment at wholesale price, then next month, if you're on a monthly subscription, it's just $99 per month if you just want 1 month of patching or maybe 2. So for you and
with the diamond, you have 3 months without the auto ship that's covered. So we go through that in more detail with your brand partner. But we encourage you, let's get our health back. And for many people, our health is our wealth. And we were just talking to someone about that before. But I believe you can have health and wealth. So you can have true freedom to do what you want in life. And so we encourage you, the faster you get onto this, the quicker we can get those patches on you. And who knows, in the next couple of weeks to months, it could be you sharing your testimony at a night like this.
If you are local on the Gold Coast, we have events regularly. The Thursday night, the 1st of August, we have an event every month at the Southport Yacht Club. Talk to the person that invited you, come along, invite some other people along. And then we are doing these opportunity nights with fresh testimonies every Tuesday night. We then train our team personally on a Tuesday night as well. There is major support. Health journey or wealth creation, there's major support. So thanks for being a part of tonight. We're going to stop recording. People will be able to share this presentation out with others. And we're so glad that you could be with us. We cannot wait to hear your stories of freedom and what happens when this patch is on your body. So thanks for being part of tonight.